Free speech and religious freedom under fire again in Canada. This time it's not pastors getting arrested over COVID-19 restrictions, but a 16-year-old high school student. Josh Alexander shared his thoughts about transgender ideology at St. Joseph's Catholic High School in Renfrew, Ontario. Officials suspended him from class for the rest of the school year, and when he showed up to class for the second semester, he was promptly arrested by 2 police officers. Well, here to share what happened is Josh Alexander. Josh, it's good to talk with you. So what happened in class? What did you say that got you in trouble?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. So the whole issue started back in October, I suppose. I had moved to the Catholic board, and female students in the school informed me that male students were using the female washrooms, and they were concerned by this. So I decided to talk about that. I voiced my beliefs, and I expressed concern to the principal. A female student also expressed concern to the principal, and we were both ignored. So at that point, I decided to organize a protest outside to shed some light on what was going on behind closed doors. And they ended up suspending me indefinitely 2 days before the actual protest. They gave me an exclusion order. This exclusion order was completely unlawful and discriminatory, and so I decided to show up to school regardless of the exclusion order. And at that point, they hit me with a trespassing notice and another suspension. I waited all of that out until the end of the semester, lost 4 of my credits, and by the beginning of the next semester, with my lawyer, I informed them that I would return to school and continue to adhere to my religious beliefs. Not long into that time, I was brought to the office. The principal blocked the exit, and 2 police officers ended up entering the building. And when they told me to leave, I explained to them the situation, how I was only in that situation because of my beliefs, and that I exercised my fundamental freedoms, and that I wasn't going to leave on a request. So they ended up arresting me, and they charged me with trespassing.
Well, in response to that video, this is what I have to say. I'm really impressed that this 16-year-old was brave enough to stand up for what he believes in and to stand up for the truth. Females felt uncomfortable that males were using their bathrooms, but we live in a world where, you know, we have to share bathrooms with the opposite sex, even if you are uncomfortable about it. But this is my take on it, that we as Christians, if we are kicked out of an establishment, I believe that we shouldn't force our way back in there or demand to be accepted back in. The Bible says that when you go to a town and you preach the gospel, if that town rejects the message, it says wipe the dust off your feet and leave. And that's as a symbol that you preached to them the gospel, you gave them the truth, and they rejected it. Therefore, you know, they're going to have to face God on Judgment Day. They're going to receive their judgment on Judgment Day. But you can't force, you know, an establishment to accept you and say, listen, I'm coming back in here. I deserve to be here. We have to leave peacefully. We preached the truth. We did our job. And that's it. That's my take on this. God bless.